What's up, guys? We have a special edition Travis and Peel show for the Xbox E3 special. And ladies and gentlemen, I just feel wrong. I feel somewhat dirty being the one opening up this show. So I need to open this to the OG host of the Interactive Distractions podcast. Chris, take it away for me.
What? What are we doing here?
You know what
are
you're
you
doing.
trying to do?
Give it to me.
Oh, God damn. All right, fine. Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions. My name is Chris Ferricchio and I am here with Jeff Chorty.
What up?
And Travisbaum.
Hey.
And this ain't my show, so back to Travis.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
After
Awesome.
what, 3
That
years? Was that 3 years or so?
It's been
Wow.
a long time
It's
coming.
been a while.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
So, gentlemen, we're here talking about the Xbox E3 special, and good Lord, was this a good one. Let's talk about, just starting off real quick, how we felt about the show. For me personally, guys, this was a perfect 10. Like, I thought this was a near perfect show, and for a show where I needed Fable, I needed to see Hellblade, and to not get those games and still think this was a perfect show, that says a lot. I'm almost sad that they didn't have PlayStation to go up against them, because this would have been a fantastic head-to-head battle to see these two giants go together. So for me, this was awesome. It was a great coming out for Xbox and Bethesda as a brand. I think Xbox had the better show than Bethesda did. But overall, it was just a phenomenal performance, I think, that they put off. So what do you guys think, Chris?
I'm gonna be a little bit more pessimistic about it, just because I'm not like a first person shooter guy, and there was a lot of first person shooters in there, but there was a lot of stuff to be excited about too. And I'll be honest with you, I think more than anything, I walked out, and I know we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, but I walked away from this thing like, damn, I need to get me some Game Pass, man. I mean, there's a lot of games on here. Yes, there were a lot of shooters. But I mean, there's a lot of other stuff too that I was like, either I was curious and I wanted to know more about the game, or I was like, I don't care what I need to do to play that. I need to play that kind of thing, right? So,
yeah,
I wouldn't say a 10. I'd probably say more like a 7 or an 8. But that's only because I'm not really a first-person shooter guy.
Is that like an IGN 7 or 8? Because that's still pretty good. That's still pretty high. Is that
Chris? It's
I was going to say something, but I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. Jeff, what did you think, man?
I wouldn't have given it a perfect 10. I would say it's their best show they've had in years. I don't agree with Chris. I don't think there's that many first-person shooter stuff at all. You take out the Halo and what's it called? Stalker 2. And Stalker 2 isn't your typical first-person shooter. It's more of an RPG type shooter. It's not really an RPG. It's like there's more to it than first-person shooting. I guess there's Battlefield too, but outside of those three, that was pretty much it. But the only thing I think they were missing was that big, and this has kind of been missing from a lot of E3s like recently, is that big wow mic drop bomb moment that was like crazy, like we bought 2K or something like that, or like something insane like 2K games. And again, like you said, there's no Fable and no Hellblade, which Hellblade was literally the first game they showed. Yeah, and that was like literally the first game they showed and announced when they announced the Xbox Series X at the Game Awards 2 years ago, or last year. 2 years ago? I can't even remember.
Yeah, that was the one game where we're like, aside from Hellblade, they didn't really show us very much, and now they showed us a lot, and then there was no Hellblade, so it is kind of an odd. It is kind of an odd situation, yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of stuff that, like even stuff like Scorn, which they've been showing at certain things. They didn't show that either, so I'm guessing that's not this year. But overall, I thought it was literally nonstop games, and as a Game Pass person who invests in Game Pass, what was it, 27 out of the 30 games
27
are on Game Pass day one, and something like 20 something of them are Xbox console exclusive. So I mean, for Xbox users and Game Pass users, damn, it was a damn good show.
Jeff Chorney, the master of the segue as always, because that is what we're going to be talking about next. Doing a quick run through of some of the highlights that Microsoft showed off for their Game Pass and everything, and maybe we have some words for them because there's certain games that we're going to be talking about later on that are going to have their own bigger conversations. But this Game Pass list is going to have some games that for sure are going to be day one that are noteworthy. So. Starting off with Starfield, we'll talk in depth more about that one later, but we got some in-game teaser footage. It releases 11/11/22. That one's going to be like I said, we'll talk about it more, but just a massive. There was such a big debate of whether or not this was going to be day one and day one Game Pass and also exclusive, and we got the answer. It was both.
Well, we knew it was going to be day one Game Pass. Microsoft said, "Well, anything published by Microsoft Studios is day one Game Pass," but we didn't know if it was going to be exclusive. That was the question, I guess.
Yeah, I'm surprised that was. I mean, as soon as the Bethesda deal happened, I figured that anything that they messed with, anything that they touched, was going to end up being just PC and Xbox. Yeah,
and it will be, except for the
looking like
ones that are already announced for PS4.
Yeah, the stuff that's already out there, already announced. I expect them to go follow through with that. But yeah, Starfield, I'm not surprised that was console exclusive at all. Definitely interested in it. I want to know more, but
Yep. So going on the list, we have Stalker 2, which looked decent. Day one Game Pass, kind of like a Metro type game. I know it came out before Metro, but still, it definitely has those Metro vibes. Sea of Thieves had a partnership with Disney, kind of a big partnership, and they got Pirates of the Caribbean.
Finally, I'm interested in Sea of Thieves. Like,
I know, right?
Go ahead.
I wrote it down as Sea of Thieves of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Sea of Thieves.
It's not because of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's because this looks like a co-op campaign.
It looks like it has a story.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the reason I couldn't get into Sea of Thieves originally. One, because when it launched, it was bare bones as hell, and there was like hardly anything to do. But they've built it so much now, and apparently it's one of the most played games. Like I can't get into it now because there's too much stuff happening. But it's actually got a story, and if you can do that co-op and it's not like PvP stuff, I'm looking forward to it. And that's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
So
be looking out for that one. I like these other indies that they have out here on Game Pass as well. There's that top-down puzzle time loop game, 12 minutes.
Pardon me.
That one's coming out August 19th, and that's day one Game Pass. Psychonauts 2, not my cup of tea. I wasn't a huge Psychonauts nut back in the day. So
I enjoyed the first one, but I'm not. I mean, I'll probably play Psychonauts 2 eventually, but like I didn't play Psychonauts 1 until we got it on good old games. You guys remember that?
Oh, that's right.
I never even played it until we did it that way. So
I honestly don't even remember getting that on good old games, and I don't think I played it. I played the demo that came with an OXM magazine once, and that was it. But I remember people liking it. But yeah, I'll try it. I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I'll try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another thing on Game Pass, Bethesda and id Software, pretty much every game in their back catalog is going to be on Game Pass going forward soon.
Yeah.
So that was if you want to go back to some of those classic games, like they even have Doom 64 that's going to be on there if you want to play that for some reason.
Yeah, that's already on there.
I saw that. That was pretty interesting. It's already out there, right? On Game Pass?
It's already on Game Pass.
It is already out?
They added Doom, the first one is a new one they added. That was not the first one, as in like the one in the 80s or 90s, the first remake. Redo. Hey, I don't. Sorry for I'm just as it's on my brain now because I don't think we even talked about this, Travis, before the show. They're doing a next gen update to Doom Eternal, which is awesome for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, where they're adding ray tracing and stuff like that to it.
Yeah, I might turn around and buy it then.
Yeah.
Or I have been flirting with the idea of getting Game Pass even before this, so this is definitely a step. Especially considering they have the deal where you get it for like $1 for the first month. So I don't know.
First month is like $1, yeah.
Yeah, no reason not to, right?
And you have a PC that can run a lot of that stuff, so you may as well.
Yeah.
Still on that indie tip, man. Party Animals, day one Game Pass, looks like Gang Beasts, and I want to play this more than
that was the first thing I thought of, man. It's like, hey, I wrote down Gang Beasts with fuzzy animals. That's what I got. So,
with furries,
yeah, exactly. The Gang Beasts, man. There were very few games that were more fun if you were just like in a party with some friends and you just wanted to just have some fun playing a game. Like you could jump into that and just. Like a good hour can go by in no time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Cool.
definitely one of those playing late at night with a bunch of people and waking up your whole household in the middle of the night because you're like screaming at the last second. Like it's one of those Rocket
No,
League.
let me go! Let me go!
My favorite Game Pass announcement
Connor's
had to
gonna love
be my favorite Game Pass announcement is a game that I've already played ad nauseum is Hades. To see that this is coming, to see this is coming in August and coming on Game Pass, I would assume that this is also coming on PlayStation during.
It's
during that
PlayStation.
month.
Same day. It's coming the same day on PlayStation.
And
August
the fact that you
something
can
or
get it with Game Pass is a huge, huge win for Sony. Because I mean, this is the game of the year for most
Microsoft?
people last year. This is a huge, huge, huge Game Pass game. So I'm excited to play that. I'm totally gonna play it again. It's
I'll play it.
goddamn
Again.
awesome.
I never beat a run, but I did play a crap load of it on Switch.
Right.
Yeah, I think I think I got through like the first 3 levels or so.
Right.
And then, yeah,
That's around where I think I was. Yeah.
Yeah. It's phenomenal.
It's like Dead Cells. Like I played Dead Cells on Switch, and then it came to Game Pass or games. It came with something to do on either Games with Gold, which absolutely is trash now, but for good reasons, I guess, because they just wanted to get Game Pass. So I played a little bit on Xbox, but played most of it on Switch. And that's I'll try it on Xbox. It'll be exactly the same, but it's cool for people who haven't tried it. It's a great game. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
it is very good.
Another great game that came from a great developer was Limbo and Inside, and the co-owner or the co-founder of was it Play Dead Games? I think it is
Play Dead Games.
Play Dead Games left and created their own company and is making this game called Somerville, which is coming to Game Pass as
that
well.
story.
That looks really good. Kind of has like a what's the John Krasinski Emily Blunt movie that just had a sequel that just came out?
Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. It's kind of like a Quiet Place. Like a guy's like trying to take his family through, and it's totally Limbo, totally Inside gameplay style. I mean, that's definitely.
That was one of those games that I wanted to know more about. Like after that was done, I was like, I really want to know more about that.
I want to know more about the story of what happened with Play Dead, because why did they split up? Because they were a small ass team. There's only like 2 people found it or something like that. And then, like right when we were watching it live, right away, I was like, "That's Playdead's new game for sure."
Oh,
and it wasn't like that has Playdead all over it, and it wasn't. And I was like, "What the hell?" And then Glenn looked it up, and so I was like, "Oh shit, no, it's a guy who co-founded Playdead." So I kind of want to see what happened there. But yeah, there's another game we're going to talk about too that I have a couple little tidbit for that I'm kind of want to know the story for as well. But anyway, it does look cool.
One of my favorite Game Pass games that I just recently beat is now getting a sequel really soon in 2022, Plague's Tale Requiem. There's no reason not to play this game, gentlemen, if you haven't yet. It's phenomenal.
What is it? Tell me what it is. Because all I saw was like a tidal wave of rats, and I was like, nope. Like, can I fast forward this shit?
The only thing that would be worse would be spiders. I'd be like, nope.
No, the rats are worse for me, dude. I'm okay with I'd be okay with the spiders, but
yeah, the rats are a big part of that game. It's a third-person medieval game where you are this young teenage girl trying to take care of her little brother. And then there's like some sort of plague that caused like these like killer rats that just swarm everywhere, and the rats are actually used in these puzzle situations. So you're walking around this, like for instance, you're walking around a map, and then there's the rats are scared of fire and light and stuff like that. So like you'll have some guys with like pipes.
As most things that live on the earth.
Not
exactly. So much the light part.
But like they have like cool little puzzles where like a guy's like holding a lantern walking around, like a bad guy's holding a lantern walking around, and you can like take your sling and you can hit the lantern out of his hands and he'll drop it, and then the rats will come and swarm up on him and everything. So like puzzles like that to get from point A to point B, and it's very heavy story focused and got a really, really good story that has great payoff at the end. It's really, really great payoff at the end, and seeing that this is having a sequel is very, very exciting.
It used to be on Game Pass. I'm looking right now to see if it's still on there, because I remember playing the first like 20 minutes, and then it wasn't that it didn't grab me. It just it is still on there. Yeah, it's still on there.
Yeah, it should be.
In a sense. Let me download it. I'll give it another try.
Yeah, give it a shot, man. Give it the old college try. So, guys, there's a game that I'm going to tell you, this is this game that they put out there called Slime Rancher. Console exclusive
Jason
indie.
Couldn't make it? Yeah.
No, dude.
Jason
Slime
loves
Rancher.
Slime.
This is by Monami Park. Day one Game Pass. A lot of people love it. I got to tell you guys.
I couldn't care less, to be honest.
You couldn't care less?
Whatever.
What are you talking about?
I tried to play the first one, man. I tried to get into it. I remember Jason was... I can't remember if this was post InDis or not, or if he was just in the email there, but he was bigging it up big time. And I remember trying, and I was just like, I just don't see the appeal. I didn't get it.
I didn't get it either.
It's
fine.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And it was about
it was
that
like,
time.
Oh man, Slime Rancher's awesome. Cool story, bro.
Yeah. It was about that time in the conversation where Jeff looked Jason right in the eyes and just said,
"Go fuck yourself."
Who gives a shit?
I didn't realize you were doing that. Okay, I was not prepared for that.
Out there.
I didn't think so either, but that was good because I didn't see it coming. That's the best way to do it.
There was a cool snowboarding game that's coming December 21st. Shredders, really cool animations.
Shredders.
Like I'm a sucker.
I was more impressed with how the snow looked. I mean,
it did. Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Just like going down to the technicals, like it actually looked really good.
I wonder
think
if
we all
at the
agreed.
same time as that skateboarding game they announced like 3 years ago that hasn't shown up yet.
I think we all agreed.
Remember that it was so long ago.
I don't
remember that.
Yeah.
I think we all agree, all three of us will agree that one of the most impressive games was a 2D, 8-bit style game with some of the best animations called Replaced.
Replaced. That was the one that interested me the most. I kind of stopped and rewound. I'm like, I want to see that again. Like, what is happening there? And I didn't.
That's like 32-bit style.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, and the thing is, what I thought was really cool about it is like the actual sprites of the animations looked like they were like that 1632-bit, but the backgrounds were
insane, and the lighting looked awesome.
Yeah, the lighting.
That's another one when you watch in 4K, you're like, there's so much detail that you missed on the stream.
And that's
the. Sorry, go ahead, Travis.
I was just saying, like, just like the simple act of like walking your character in the 2D space, there are like different layers. Like if your character's here and he's walking and the screen's moving with you, there were layers here and here and here and here, and there were even like 2D checked. Like everything was just like, it was just amazing how I've never seen a retro game like this be so well animated, so well crafted. They even like showed tidbits of like these like Ninja Gaiden-esque, like old classic Ninja Gaiden-esque cutscenes that still had amazing type, like just unreal. So if there's a game that I want to know more about, it's this one, because there's even like a really aggressive fighting mechanic that's in there that seems like it looks like it controls like an actual like modern day action game almost, the way the animations are.
It looks awesome. The gunplay, the melee kind looks really, really cool. And if you guys don't remember, if you're on your PC, while I'm talking, quickly look up The Last Night. Even if you just want to look at screenshots. It was a game that was on the Microsoft E3, I want to say in 2018, maybe even 2017. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe I don't know. It was years ago. But that game just went dark. And that right when they showed this, I was like, holy shit, this is that game. It's got the exact same art style, exact same like type of animation and the way it looks. But then I looked into it, but apparently The Last Night has been put on hiatus because apparently during that whole Gamergate thing, he was pro Gamergate, so he kind of got canceled.
Ooh. I will not be supporting those fucks.
No, well, this isn't Replaced. Yeah, this is the last Night guys. And I thought, okay, maybe it's a dude from that, but from what I can tell, in my my sleuthing online, they're not at all related, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of the graphical guys or something was, because the art, they look very, very similar in the way that the animation, the art style is. And yeah, but that game looks awesome. That was one of the highlights for me, and it's very rare an indie game like that is like, damn.
Yeah, flying really cool. Through, I agree. This is an amazing game. I can't wait to see more of it. Flying through a couple of easy ones. Grounded is getting some Game Pass Day 1 expansions. Among Us is coming to Game Pass. That's coming really soon. That's going to be a fun one.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids as a game.
Yes, that's right. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game. Yeah. Right.
So then Among Us is coming out. We have Ayuden Chronicle, which is currently being, was a successful Kickstarter, and it's essentially from the creator of Suikoden. So we're getting like a Suikoden spiritual. Yeah, so one's kind of like a
100 Heroes, and they announced Rising. as well.
Yeah. So one was like kind of like a side-scrolling beat 'em up companion game. It looks like kind of.
And that's coming first. It looked like.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that was a stretch goal. That was a stretch goal game.
The big trailer was the one that looks more the RPG type thing, and then the one that's coming sooner is the side one.
Yeah, I immediately got Suikoden feels from that. Not like original PS1 Suikoden 1 and 2 feels. Not when they messed it up on PS3 and completely changed it.
Those games have their place. They're not terrible.
Yeah, they remind us how good the first two games were. Let's be perfectly honest. That's all they're there for.
Never played.
So in July we have the Ascent coming. We also have anything on the Ascent. I feel like that was.
It was like the effects looked really good, but I didn't really get a feel for exactly what it was. It kind of reminded me of Alien Nation. Is that it? Like that top-down shooter?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. A little more fast-paced co-op cover. But it reminds me of an old what's it called? Like you said, who made that Alien Nation? Yeah, it's kind of like that thing, or like Diablo shooter type thing.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. Always a fan of those games. Age of Empires 4 coming in October to Game Pass. Can we say one of the best trailers of the entire, not just of the entire E3, but just probably in E3s of the past 5 years? The trailer of the year goes to fucking Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds.
That was so funny.
For having nothing to show.
We do something spectacular after the whoosh sound.
Oh, man.
Here we're showing you the back of the character because he hasn't totally been designed yet.
That was just
As a matter of fact, all we have is a title. It's great. It's like completely self-aware. That was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, it's really great. Like that's the best way to announce, because like Bethesda did that a couple years ago where they had like the Starfield and the Elder Scrolls, like just like a title card, and it was nothing, and everybody was like, really, what was the point? Did you really have to do that? And like this is a
the
way
announcement that we're going to make an announcement.
Yeah, this was just the best way to possibly do. Yeah, it was.
Square Enix was always the best at that.
Oh my god!
Tune in on this date when we make an announcement.
Their countdown clocks
gameplay,
that
but we
led
have no
to
gameplay ready to show.
Yeah, that was just a hilarious trailer, man. Props on them. That whole game was funny from like start to finish, man. It was really.
I didn't finish it.
I need to start it again. I need to start it over because I got about 12 hours in, and I don't know what happened. I just got pulled away from something else, and I never went back to it. But
that's what
it's like it's like a humorous, like futuristic Fallout, and I'm like, okay, I need to play this. So.
Yeah, it's really fun. I enjoyed Outer Worlds. I'm so hype about this. July 27th, we're finally getting Flight Simulator on console. I don't even care about.
Are we doing a second Who Gives a Shit, or is this?
No, absolutely not. No,
okay.
the technology that puts this game together is like, this is not ironic whatsoever, man. Like the technology that's in this game that allows you to like basically fly over anything in the world, and it's like what it looks like. You can fly over like any house you ever lived in as a child, and it's there. It's just really, really cool. I have no interest in the sim aspect of this game. Like I don't want to fly an Airbus or a 747.
So you just want Google Maps the game, is what you're saying.
That's all I want. I just want to fly over Disneyland and Everest and
3D Google Maps the game.
That's it. That's all I want. That's all I want to do. And just take pictures.
It's one of the
it is. It is pretty. That's
ever.
true.
Yeah. And they announced the expansion of the Top Gun thing, which let's be honest, it's not going to be. It's going to be you can fly F-14s and stuff.
Yeah,
probably not F-14s, but
that's all it's going to be.
Whatever the new version of they fly in the new Top Gun movie. But that looks cool.
It does look cool.
I mean, I'll download it. If it wasn't on Game Pass, I would not buy it. That's for sure. But I'll definitely give it a shot and fly around.
It's a showpiece, right? It's a showpiece. Yeah. I'll fly around Niagara Falls and shit, do all that kind of stuff. The definition of showpiece, which we'll talk about in depth later, was Forza Horizon 5 coming out in November 9th. We will just gloss over that right there because we will talk more about it. God, that's a beautiful game. And then the final thing we saw, we had an odd choice, I think, for the One More Thing. I feel like this game would have made more sense in the middle of the show. But Redfall, Arcane Studios, 2022, Day 1 Game Pass. console exclusive, and it's a co-op first-person
Open world shooter. Yeah.
against vampires. And apparently has some
it's
Left 4
Arcane.
Dead type vibes. It's going to be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Arcane's great.
The only thing that, again, it's a CG trailer, like concept type thing. It's probably going to be 3 years out.
Yeah, I mean, all we saw was an in-engine cinematic, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't even know if they even said it was an engine. I think it was, I don't know, but it was just like, I don't know what Austin's working on. Like Arcane Austin, if they are not working on anything else since their last game, then it might come out next year or the year after. But it could be a while. Concept looks cool, and Arcane makes good stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. And we will see more content as we break down a few more games a little bit deeper in just a second. So guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you later on.